George
Miller.
Miller, George Miller. So what are you doing here, George? I mean, attending this meeting. You're Mr. Schramm's staff.
So I work for Dr. Schramm, and I travel with him, and I basically am his aide-de-camp. I try and make sure that everything that he does is coordinated and make sure that he stays focused on what he wants to be accomplishing. And then everything that he does, he meets with hundreds of different people on these trips, and so the follow-up that comes from that is often I help out with that and make sure that everything gets followed up with, because a lot of times it will actually coordinate with other people within the foundation, whether it's working with education, so we've got a whole education department, or whether it's with women's entrepreneurship, or a lot of different pieces, whether it's Kaufman Labs. So I'll try and help to quarterback some of the different pieces that come out.
You are arranging the schedule.
Somewhat. I help with some of the schedule and make sure that it fits to Carl's needs on the ground, because it's changing. I mean, we found out that 3 different things were changing today as we were going.
So when did you arrive in Indonesia?
We got here on Sunday morning at 8:30.
So what was the plan here? I mean, after this?
So far we've had meetings all of Sunday, and we met with the ambassador, and then we had meetings today, and we opened up Global Entrepreneurship Week. After tonight, we're trying to get some sleep. We're still a bit jet lagged, but we're going to Palembang tomorrow, and the entrepreneurship seminar is in Palembang tomorrow, where Carl will be speaking with several of the different leaders around Indonesia, and they've now decided to become the entrepreneurship city. So he'll be meeting with the mayor of Palembang and trying to consult on how to actually create a city that is a good ecosystem for entrepreneurs.
So you mentioned the foundation will be manifested in Palembang.
We'll try to help them manifest that. We've actually got a thesis that's on cities and how cities can foster entrepreneurship and actually attract entrepreneurs and set up their infrastructure such that it fosters a better ecosystem for entrepreneurs to come and start businesses. So there's all kinds of different pieces to that pie, but trying to consult with them and help them understand how to create a good atmosphere.
So what are the steps? What is the foundation doing in foster?
So honestly, if I'm going to be frank on that, we actually haven't been to Palembang yet. So we'll be finding that out soon. There are lots of different pieces, whether it's trying to organize the right events or the right social networks within a city versus trying to set up the right infrastructure within the city. So it's all dependent. It's contextual upon the city, so you can try and create the right dynamics. But in terms of Palembang, we're still going to be learning.
So this is the first time you come to Palembang?
First time to Jakarta, to Indonesia for anything.
What is the question?
No. No,
so maybe you have something to say about entrepreneurship. Do we achieve some progress here?
Well, there's a whole interesting dynamic within here in Indonesia. You see that there's entrepreneurs that are interested in actually promoting and pushing the message forward. So you're incredibly blessed to have someone like Mr. Ciputra here who's really changing the atmosphere and trying to push this message forward and make this kind of viral movement within Indonesia of faculty that are teaching and mentoring. But then on top of that, you can see that there's an entrepreneurial spirit that lies within the Indonesian culture. As you drive through the streets here, you see hawkers on the street that are using their apartment fronts to sell all of their different goods. And once you actually open those doors and open their concept of what is entrepreneurship, because at this point, a lot of what is the concept of entrepreneurship is small business, is basically trying to sustain yourself and your family upon some sales, but actually trying to create a business that can grow and that can expand beyond yourself and employ more people is really just the next step for Indonesia.